Welcome. It's Flexi-Friday time again. Come on in, wear your comfy clothes, because today I'm going to be doing stretches for the anxious mind and the anxious body. Come on in and enjoy. Welcome friends to the next instalment of our Flexi-Friday, and today I've said that we're going to be dealing with our anxious mind and our anxious body. Now we've just come out of a season which has been quite an intense season with regards to COVID and lockdown. Everyone's back out at work, all the kids are back out at school, and that with it brings its own set of different anxieties. So today I'm going to be looking at easing those, just bringing you back to the present moment, putting your mind into your body rather than putting your mind into your stresses. So we're going to actually be reallocating where our thoughts are going to be. So get yourself into something comfortable, come and join me, and we're going to make a start in our cross-legged seated position. Now this may be a bit of an uncomfortable position to start off with for you. If it is, just grab a little blanket and just pop it underneath your bottom, and what that will do, that will just encourage a bit more of a seated posture rather than feeling that you're kind of like, bent over. So we're going to start in this nice seated posture. We're going to take the shoulders away from the ears. We spend a lot of time, if we're stressed or anxious, our shoulders love to keep our ears company. And we're just going to concentrate, first of all, of bringing those shoulders just down, away from the ears. Perhaps you'd like to rest your hands onto your knees. Give them a bit of a stroke. Tell your body it's going to be okay. And we're going to sit up nice and straight. We're going to find length in the spine. And we're going to start as we mean to go on, and we're going to take the biggest deep breath that perhaps you've taken all day, perhaps you've taken all week. And what that's going to do, that's going to expand the rib cage. We're going to be breathing from the diaphragm, not shallow breathing, but deep breathing from the diaphragm, expanding as we fill up with air, and then as we empty all the air, coming back down again. So let's give that a go, shall we? So breathing in. And I'm just breathing out through the mouth here because it helps in releasing. So we're going to breathe in again from the nose. Out through the mouth. And I want you to continue breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. We're not going to be doing anything fast today. This is not about how many stretches can I get done in like 15, 20 minutes. This is the quality of time that we're using. So we're going to keep breathing. Perhaps pop a smile on your face. Has it been the first time that you've smiled? The first time that you haven't had a scowl on the eyebrows? Let's keep breathing. And I want you to come into this moment now. I want you to focus only on your in-breath and your out-breath. Right now, that is all that exists. So breathing in again. A couple more times. And last time. Now we're going to do just a very small sequence of stretches here. We're going to relax the body down, and every time we stretch, we're going to be breathing like that. Now if your mind tries to stray on the things that you need to do, things that you haven't done, the demands and the pressures of life, I just want you to bring it back Come back to this present moment. Come back to all that exists. And all that exists is this moment right now. So sitting up nice and tall, we're going to place the right hand on the left knee, left hand to the side for some support. We'll breathe in and out, and we're just going to look over that left shoulder. Not overstretching, but do make sure that we're just keeping the shoulders back, chest comes out, so we're not collapsing into the stretch. In through the nose, out through the mouth. And one more breath. Well done. I'm just going to trace the fingers just around the centre, tracing them round in front of you. Even like put your mind into the fingers as you move them. Put your mind into absolutely like take notice of everything that's happening in this moment now. So again, right hand to the side for support, shoulders back, chest out. Left hand on right knee, breathing in. Over the right shoulder, let it all out. Just observe this moment. And last time on this breath. And we'll slowly again, just trace the fingers along the floor. Don't worry if it needs hoovering. Right now, that's not important. Coming back to centre, sitting up nice and tall. Again, left hand to the side for support. We'll send the right hand up to the ceiling, stretching that right hand up, feeling that lovely openness in the side body. Breathing in. We'll breathe out and just a little bend over. Just to the side again, not collapsing into the stretch. Staying pretty active and aware, but relaxed at the same time. So breathe in. I don't know what kind of job you do. I don't know how your day's been. I don't know how your kids have been. But I know right now, this is your chance to relax and let it all go. And slowly transition, right hand to the side, left hand reaches up nice and tall, just a little bit of an open in that side body here, or I can feel that just in the side obliques. Take some deep breaths. One more breath. Slowly release the hand down. As you can see, I'm not just kind of like removing the hand to the floor. I've done that one. I'm being in the moment every time that I move. I'm like just in the moment of the hand movement, so I'm not going to be racing or rushing to the next moment. Right here, right now, it's got everything I need. So we're going to take a very small transition onto our knees. Now you can either do a little break dance with that, or you can just allow the knees to come forward. And I'm just going to turn to the side just so you can see a little more clearly. And we're going to stack the hands under the shoulders. The knees will go directly under the hips. So we've got this lovely stable feeling. Stable feeling. So we're going to send the knees as far apart as they will go. Kiss the toes together at the back here. Keep the back nice and active. We're just going to allow the hands to come out in front. Melt down to the floor. Perhaps the head comes to the floor. Elbows to the floor. This is child's pose, extended child's pose. I've got my hands either side in line with my shoulders, so my lats and my shoulders get a little bit of space. Let the floor just accept all the stress from the body. Two more breaths. One more. Well done. Slowly using that upper body strength. Coming back into our 4-point kneeling, stacking. Hands under shoulders, knees go under hips. And we're just going to extend upwards on our knees here. So nice and tall, extension in the spine. Take some deep breaths here. And one more. Good. Keep those shoulders away from the ears, my friends. We're going to place the right foot out in front of us. Right foot out in front. Toes are pointing towards me. So you'll probably feel a little bit of a stretch in the hamstring already. Perhaps a little bit of instability. But that's okay. Slowly reach down to the floor with the hands. Don't overstretch that hamstring. I'm just like tips of my fingers here, but I've got that lovely stretch happening right down my hamstrings, almost to the calf here as well. So if you're in a sedentary job, stretching out the hamstrings, feels so good. Deep breaths. And then we're going to lean forward on this right knee here and come into a hip flexor stretch. So we're just leaning forward on that right knee, just creating a lovely hip flexor stretch, opening up here as well. Perhaps you'll feel a little bit of tightness here. Hip flexor stretch on the left hand side. Now come back to the moment. Come back to this present minute, this present time, the now. Send oxygen into the tightness. One of our largest, perhaps, problems of anxiety is we then feel we have no time just to take care of ourselves. And it is in the taking care of ourselves that we actually start to manage when we feel we're at capacity. And so you have to take that time to sow before you can reap. So sending back that right knee just to meet the left. Again, stacked, hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Then we'll come up into this straight position here. Left hand, or left foot should I say, comes out in front. Point the toes towards you. So you've almost got like this split position. Slowly, slowly, slowly lower down to the floor. If you don't get to the floor, don't become frustrated. Just come down, like even just try and touch the foot. You'll still get a real good stretch there. So let me just demonstrate that. We're just going to come down to the foot. Deep breaths into the back of that leg. Back to the present moment. Perhaps you've forgotten what it is to hear the sound of the birds. We drown them out with our incessant internal chat in our mind. Take the time to hear what's happening, what birds are tweeting. And then we're going to lean forward on this left knee. So place it to the floor, forward on that left knee, creating that lovely hip flexor stretch just on the right hand side. So I'll keep on reminding you to come back to this present moment. Deep breaths. And this time what we're going to do, instead of sending the knee back, we're actually going to lean back on our ankle here. So I've got that left leg nice and stretched out in front of me. I'm back, almost in like a lovely bit of a bonus quad stretch here. And I'm just going to come down again, stretching that hamstring out on the left hand side. So I'm kind of folded back, my bottom's on my ankle here. It won't be for long. If you find this a little bit uncomfortable, just do the time that you can, train the body, and then just release the stretch. And we'll release here, come back to the knees, and again, we'll send the right leg out long. So we're going to do that again on this side. Sit back onto the heel here. I've got my right leg out long. And I'm just going to come down. Just grab the toes if you can. If you're at your knees, that's fine. If you're at your shins, that's fine. Just grab the toes and breathe. Try and bring the shoulders away from the ears. Keep the breath. That's it, well done. And we'll come back to the 4-point kneeling position. And what I'm going to do, I'm now going to transition onto the back. So we're now going to do our stretches for the lower back. We're going to do our stretches perhaps to open out the chest there as well. So we're just going to spin round onto the back. Like so, just legs out long. Deep breaths, my friends. And we'll take both knees, bring them into the chest. Hug them in nice and tightly. Tight, 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 tight. A little rock from side to side. Shoulders away from ears. Come back to the present moment. Hear the birds. Hear your breath. We spend a lot of time during the day when we get stressed, when we get anxious. We often hold our breath. Obviously starves the brain of oxygen, it gets the stomach in a knot, and this is so important now that we actually release that tummy, release that breath. And we'll send the left leg out long, just keep the right knee in. We'll place our right hand on our right knee and just draw the knee away from the body. So I've just drawn the knee away from the body, opening up, feeling in perhaps the groin area, the inner thigh, the hip flexor here. Just drawing up, opening space. Relax. One more breath. And back in towards the centre of the body. Send it back to the floor. Again, everything is done with control. Nothing's just kind of placed back without thinking. Everything we do has thought. So we're going to take that left knee in now. Put the hand onto the knee. Open out that left knee away from the side body. Keep the hips facing towards the ceiling. And feel that openness just in the hips there. And breathe. So hopefully by now you're starting to get the hang of breathing again. And breathing will start to relax your body down. It'll start controlling those chemicals which are being released in the brain, the damaging chemicals that are released through times of stress, through times of anxiety. We're now taking time to release the good chemicals into our mind. Just bring that knee back to centre and send it to the floor. We're going to take the right foot, cross it over towards the left bum cheek. So I've got this crossover motion. Hold the knee into the chest, hold it nice and tightly, and you'll feel that stretch just in the medius of the glute medius, just here, or middle of the bottom if you'd like. Hold that in nice and tightly. So these are the stretches which I find quite helpful if I am finding myself in time of anxiety attacks, perhaps panic attacks, or almost, we're coming into that autumn season now. Perhaps all the emotions are starting to stir up with regards to seasonal anxiety disorder. And all these things which start to play on our minds. And we'll take these thoughts captive now. We'll bring them, they disappear when we come back into the present. And send that leg nice and slowly back to the floor. Left foot crosses over, right bum cheek. Hold that knee into the chest, and immediately you'll feel perhaps the tightness in the bottom. The shoulders will want to go up to the ears. Just bring them down, bring them away. Breathe and smile, my friends. Breathe and smile. Right now is a good moment. Last breath. Send the leg back to the floor, and we're going to just open out the chest area here. So I'm going to put my right hand out to the side, bring the right knee up towards the chest, left hand comes on right knee, and I'm going to bring that right knee right across my body, keeping my right hand on the floor, and I'm just opening up just the side body here, a little bit of the chest. I'm looking towards my right fingers, feeling the openness in the side. That's it, well done. Bring that right knee back to centre, send it back to the floor, and again I'm going to put my left hand, just need to shimmy, out to the side. Left knee comes up to right hand. Bring over the body. Just keep that left hand out to the side. Breathe out all the worries, breathe out all the stress. All worry does is just hype up the anxiety. Things by nature normally sort themselves out. Now come back. Just send that left leg back to the floor. Place your whole body weight onto the floor now. Shoulders away from the ears. Breathing from the diaphragm. Remembering to come back to the present moment. And you can take this with you. You can take these phrases with you throughout your day. When you feel yourself getting anxious or stressed or het up, just keep reminding yourself, come back to the present moment. When we start worrying about things in the future, come back to the present moment. When we stress over things that have happened in the past, just come back to now. Breathe, come back to now. Be thankful for what's in this moment that's being offered to you as a gift. A couple more deep breaths. Last one. Well done, my friends. You have permission to stay in that position there if you need longer to breathe. Take longer to breathe. Don't feel guilty about taking time out for yourself. You need to have that time just to reduce anxiety levels. If you feel that you get a lot more panic attacks because you're more anxious, you're more stressed, take the time, put this stretch on, then go and have a hot bath. Watch your favourite movie, have a glass of wine, do the things that bring the anxiety level down. Manage it. Have your coping strategies in place. Well, this has been Tojo Fitness. Feel free to subscribe to our YouTube channel where you'll find a lot more Flexi-Fridays, things about nutrition, things about health, things about fitness. Find us on Instagram at Tojo Fit and on Facebook, Tojo Fitness. Well done today, my friends. And don't forget, keep breathing.